Warning, the following video is so manly that it can make a woman grow a beard. So if you are a little Justin Bieber, proceed with caution.
On today's video, I am bringing you my top 5 best guns in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now in number 5, we have the Mtar X, which has an excellent rate of fire. Hey, hold on a second, gentlemen. Oh my god! I had my nerd pants on again. I mean, I don't know how the fuck this happens. I wake up all sleepy and shit, and I always put on the wrong pair of pants. I have my beast pants, I have the animal pants, the silly pants, this and that, and then I also have my nerd pants. And right now, for this video, I had my nerd pants on, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Because it's like I was trapped inside myself listening to this female voice. Because when you use your nerd pants for too long, your nuts get tight, they start to disappear, and you start getting a vagina, and you start sounding like a little female. And that's how I was starting to sound like a female. I was like, Mtar X, what the fuck am I talking about? People, on today's video, you're gonna witness the most badass weapons made for beasts, and that's what this top 5 is about, because usually these top 5s are always the same shit with the same boring ass nerdy ass weapons. So before we start this top 5, I have 2 honorable mentions. The minigun, which is a fucking beast. Whenever I use that thing, I feel like a transformer. I feel like the Terminator or something like that. I just want to run around with that thing, spamming the trigger button, killing everything that moves. I love that thing. It's biblical. And we also have the Undermount Shotgun as my last honorable mention. The Undermount Shotgun is is a very fun attachment to use. This one is an attachment that you can use in your assault rifles, and I believe also in some LMGs. And it's biblical to use this thing because no one really uses it, and I just love owning noobs with this little beast. So with number 5, we have the MK32 launcher, and just by looking at that thing, you can see that it is a weapon made for beasts. I mean, just look at that thing. It's a fucking beast. Look at that. It feels like my arm is a fucking transform or something. I feel like a beast when I use that thing. And a lot of people would say, they would probably say, oh, this is a launcher, this and that is for noobs. But no, this actually requires some skill, some luck to use, because it bounces a lot when you fire it, and it fires Semtex grenades. So it's not overpowered like the noob tube. In fact, I believe that the noob tube should be changed to firing Semtex grenades instead of firing the normal grenade that explodes on impact. If it fired Semtex grenades, the noob tube would be fine. It would be fine. And you can also add a little bit of bounce to that piece of shit. So the MK32 gets 5th place. In 4th place we have Akimbo Magnums. 1 Magnum is shit, 2 Magnums is guaranteed fun, because these things are hilarious to use. They are super powerful at close range, and I always have a pair of Akimbo Magnums ready to go in my custom class called the Death Mariachi with Akimbo Magnums, and I try to pretty much replicate, which I was able to do. I was able to replicate the Death Mariachi kill streak just by using normal kill streaks, this and that, perks and equipment. I was able to make a 100%, an exact 100% copy of the Death Mariachi kill streak. In number 3 we have the chainsaw, which, I mean, just look at that thing. Look at that thing. I'm just giving you guys manly weapons here. All of them look manly, and the chainsaw is no exception. It is the most badass LMG in a Call of Duty Ghosts. It's not, you can't use, and look, it's so manly that you can't use a shitty ass thermal scope on it. That's how you know this gun is fucking manly, made for fucking beasts, while all the other ones will give you a target finder, which I don't even know the name in Call of Duty Ghosts, that little shitty ass target finder. It gives you a thermal, it gives you whatever, a scope, this and that. This one doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you anything because it's made for beasts, and beasts don't use that shit. In number 2 we have, and this one you guys probably are not expecting, the throwing knife. The throwing knife is the most fun equipment, lethal equipment ever made. I just love to use that little thing because when you hit a motherfucker with it, there's no chance. He's gonna die. He's gonna die no matter what. And it's just hilarious. Once in a while, I also get killed by throwing knives. And I mean, I'm just like, I'm running around doing my thing, and out of nowhere, I just die. There's no red screen, there's nothing. It's as if my character had gotten a fucking heart attack. It's crazy. So I just love running around throwing knives because it's probably annoying for the enemy. It's not as annoying as spamming C4s, but I believe that the throwing knife is annoying for the people who get killed by it. And finally, in first place, we have the almighty, the Riot Shield, which is the most badass, the most fun weapon ever in the Call of Duty games. It's not just fun in Call of Duty Ghosts, it's also fun to use in all the other Call of Duties. But in Ghosts, I mean, it's a biblical weapon because you get a radar with it. Because you can use 3 attachments. You can either melee people super fast, you can get a radar, or you can scramble the enemy radar. Which I wouldn't advise that much because the radius of the scrambler is pathetic, it is a joke, and pretty much... when you're jamming an enemy's radar, the enemy knows that when you jam their radar, that you are very, very close because the blast radius is pretty much tiny. And that's pretty much it. I love the Riot Shield. It's great for distracting the enemy. It's great for playing the objective. It can help your team. And it's great to protect you against kill streaks like the dog, the missiles from the helicopters and that. So I love this motherfucking kill streak. So there you go, guys. This is my top 5, I mean, best weapons in Call of Duty Ghosts. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Peace.